All right, this is a wholesaling video. Message to my wholesalers out there. Man, some of y'all don't know how to price a home. Like, y'all be trying to get paid, but y'all don't know how to price a home. That's like simple ABC stuff right now in real estate. But all right, those are my inner thoughts. What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube world, YouTube land? I'm Real Estate Jay. Today's video is going to be for my wholesalers, right? My real estate wholesalers that are all across America, out there wholesaling houses. I'm a wholesaler myself, and there's just something I want to talk about, man. Like, we just got to talk about it. We need to talk about strategy. Yeah, we got to talk. All right, so let's all come together. Let's look at the congregation together, man. Let's all come here. So right now, I got it up on my phone. There are 5 areas, right? Most of them are states that require some level of licensing or change in wholesaling real estate. So let's talk about it. Oklahoma, you need a real estate license. Illinois, you need a real estate license to wholesale. Pennsylvania, I think it's only in Philly, though, if I'm not mistaken. You need some type of disclosure or code of ethics to follow. Ohio, a set of rules protecting consumer protection. And then Georgia. So Georgia prohibits commercial harassment against wholesalers. So this whole video is really about the regulation of wholesaling, right? So when I started here, right, when I started as a little bitty sprout, you know what I'm saying, in real estate space, a couple of years back, that's about 5 years ago, which is kind of crazy. Time flies. When I first started, there was no regulation in real estate, right? And I remember I used to watch all the videos and stuff, and then like 2 years in, I think Illinois was the first city that came down hard and said, hey, y'all need a real estate license. And let's stop right there, because to be honest, there needs to be some type of regulation going on, man, because some of y'all wholesalers don't know what you're doing, man. And some of y'all just getting in for the one deal. It's almost like getting that quick high or something, and then y'all out of there. But then you've messed up the game for so many of us, man. Like, I've seen so many deals come through my email, and I've even called the wholesaler, and I'm like, where'd you get the ARV? Like, where'd you get your after repair value at? Like, where did this come from? And they'll just give me something out of nowhere. Oh yeah, man, I seen this house like blah blah down the street, a mile away, across the river and over the sea. That was for like $70,000, man. And I'm like, how? You this is not a $70,000 house. This is like a $40,000 house, bro. Like, what? Like, and they don't have no answer. Well, I'm selling it for 70. So you want to buy it? And then you see that same house come up on the Facebook groups, and somebody else gets it, trying to daisy chain it. Oh, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous, bro. So some of these wholesalers really have messed up the game, right? It's like taking the product and you're stepping on it, and some of us are just like, man, y'all just not going about it right. So again, man, I'm gonna have a lot of things to say about wholesalers. And again, I am a wholesaler, so I have the right to say stuff about y'all wholesalers. Y'all wholesaling people out there making all this money. So it's a lot of regulation is coming down. So when I first started, it was in Illinois. Then I think it went to Oklahoma, and now it's 5 areas in the United States, and it's going to continue. I'm in Michigan. I wouldn't be surprised if regulation comes down within the next year or two in Michigan. It's just, there's just so many wholesalers that are doing bad business out here. They're not only just dealing with the seller themselves, not only are they not being upfront with them, they're not being fair. When they go to assign the deal, they're trying to make $20,000 or nothing. And it's like, well, there's no meat on the bone, and they just care more about themselves. As a wholesaler, I believe, right, it's less about you and it's more about the investor and the seller. Okay? It's not always about you making your $10,000 assignment fee. You have to do things sometimes to make that deal work, because you're really, to me, I'll say, you're working for both buyer and seller, because without them, you're not doing any business. You need to find out what that seller needs and what their situation is. And you can let them know, like, hey, you know, I have other investors. I have investors that will probably buy the deal from me. Is that okay with you? A lot of them will say okay if you learn how to build that rapport. And when you go to assign that deal to other buyers, here's what I would suggest to you wholesalers. Listen to the feedback. When you go and push it out there and you start hearing people saying, oh, this is going to be this much, this is going to be that much, and they start giving you prices, start understanding that maybe you have this contract a little overpriced and you're going to have to take a hit on your assignment fee if there's room. So many wholesalers will throw a deal away because, oh, I'm only going to make $1,000. Oh, I'm only going to make $1,500. Nope, I can't do that. Because they're out there making $10,000, right? Because they want to put their eyes on someone else's piece of paper, literally. Wholesalers. I was in a sauna one time. Oh yeah, I'm going there. I was in a sauna one time, and I remember they were all just, you know, talking random stuff, and we started talking about real estate, and I was real quiet. And this one guy said something like, yeah, man, this guy's selling this deal, man. I think he's a wholesaler. And the other guy goes, oh, those DAM wholesalers, man. And I was like, well, what's wrong with wholesalers, man? I wholesale too. He was like, oh, man, you guys are like, he almost like went at me like he had a personal vendetta against me. He said, man, you wholesalers are so greedy. Like, you guys kill deals and everything, man. I'm never going to work with a wholesaler. And I was like, wow. And I was like, well, he's kind of right. Like, some not all wholesalers are fair, but some of them will just kill a deal because they're not going to make any money. And some wholesalers don't even know real estate. Like, you're learning real estate, but they think they know it. So, you know, again, a lot of wholesalers have messed up the game by not learning from certain people. And regulations are coming to where you have to get a license. So hence why I got my license 3 years ago. Right. I said to myself, I said, nah. I said, you know what? I want to be a real estate entrepreneur. So wholesaling is going to be one of my legs inside of this real estate business. And I seen the regulation coming, and I sat down for a couple months and I got my real estate license, because what I noticed is a lot of wholesalers, when you give them an obstacle, like a real obstacle, sometimes they're not going there. They're like, oh, I got to go get my license. I heard them all the time. I heard them. I got to get my license. Nah, man, I ain't doing that. Perfect. Don't do it. So now you can go and do Forex, or what's the next thing people are doing? Crypto. And yeah, what we got? Look. So many wholesalers. I don't get y'all. As soon as y'all close a couple deals or whatever, then y'all go over to crypto. Then y'all go to Forex. Then y'all go to the next easy hustle. So it's like you only came in the game just to get that quick high and then get gone. Like, y'all didn't think about developing a business. And as soon as the deals get a little bit tougher, they run. And that's why I think, you know, some people give wholesalers a really bad name, because like sometimes this business can be difficult, but you got to stay in and you have to do the right thing. And this is why this regulation is coming down on us, because people are tired of us. Let's be real, man. People are tired of hearing, oh, I didn't know that they were a wholesaler. They made $10,000 off of me. I didn't know that. I had a lady I was going to buy a house from in East Point, and I gave her an offer and everything, and I thought it was a fair offer. She got to the closing table and said, oh, yeah, the guy never even bought my house. He was a wholesaler. And I was like, oh, really? You didn't know? She was like, no, I never knew. Had I known that, I would have just gave it to you. And I think that maybe if you would have disclosed that you're a wholesaler, or if someone's going to buy a deal from you, she probably would have been okay. So, you know, a lot of this is coming down on us as wholesalers. It's going to continue to come down because we don't have the money and the legislation to do anything. So it's best that we do the good business, right? It's best we do good business, and it's best that you get licensed. There's my tip of the day. Get a license, right? Number one, because, okay, you want to have that backing behind you. But number two, you can now sell and help people buy more deals and make more money on the side. Instead of just being this one trick pony, now you can actually do real estate. Because if you really want to go toe to toe, wholesale is nothing but real estate marketing. You're just marketing to people, making a fee. It's your introduction into real estate. So Yes. So this video is about letting you guys know that regulation is still live and well. Please do good business. If you don't know how to do real estate, please hook up with someone else who is doing it. Okay, someone that has closed some deals so that you can learn. There's some people that JV with me because they know I do real estate. They know I do wholesaling. And what I do a lot of times is I just kind of coach them through it. And then they say, hey, can you help me sell this deal? Yes, I can help you sell this deal because this is a good deal. What you came to me first would not have been such a good deal. And then you would have had to go back to the seller and walk away. And you can't do that many times before another seller goes, another person walked away from my deal. My aunt, I just helped her close a land contract with her son. She just said, yeah, you know, these people were coming in. They said I needed all these repairs done and all this stuff. And I started asking her, I said, were they from the city? She's like, no, they were just like regular people. And, you know, I accepted their offer, but then they came in with all these people. And then they just never bought it. I said, those are wholesalers. And so it's just everywhere. It's happening everywhere. So please, if you're out there as a wholesaler, you're new, please try to link up with someone who knows what they're doing. Ask questions to someone who's experienced. And it wouldn't be a bad idea to disclose to your seller that, hey, I have other investors on my team that are going to probably buy the deal from me. Is that okay? A lot of times they'll just say, yeah, okay, what does that mean? Yeah, so I have a team of people. A lot of them have the money. You know, I just find them the deal, and then they'll give me they'll close the deal at closing, right? So I'll bring them the deal. They'll pay me, but you know, those are my investors. And then you could even say stuff like, hey, I'll link you guys together as long as you know that buyer. So yeah, that's my deal with us wholesalers. Man, stop messing the game up. Stop stepping on the product, and let's do the right thing. All right, so. I think I feel better now, man. I think I feel a little bit better, man, because I get frustrated with wholesalers too, and I am one. So keep moving, keep learning, keep growing. I see y'all at work.